All right. Welcome everyone to our joint webinar here between myself, Saul, and Gilbert over at AgenaTrader. We are doing a joint webinar here to kind of show you the things that we do in regards to trading. It's a fascinating business that we're in, and between the tools that Agena offers and the tools that I have as far as education is concerned, hopefully we'll be able to somehow implore you to use our products so that you can become a better trader, because that's what we're trying to do here, because we're all trying to make a little bit of money in this business that we're in. So obviously my background is that I've been trading for 30 plus years. Well, yeah, it's 30. Yeah, that's 30. It's a long time. Let's say 25 plus years for sure. I've been on the floor of the exchanges my whole life here, basically, and been lucky enough to be able to trade in the pits when they were open. And now we transformed those concepts and ideas from the floor to the screen, as that's where the trading has taken us over the last few years, as technology has gotten so much better and has been able to offer a real-time information, just like AgenaTrader does with the charts that they offer, and some of the real-life information flow that I get give you from the floor of the exchanges. So between the two of us, we hopefully will be able to help in trying to show you some of the things that we do, and as far as education is concerned and chart applications are concerned, to be able to help you become a better trader and to make a little bit of money in a tough business. There's no doubt that what we do is tough business, but we try to quantify it a little bit, make it a little bit a more comprehensible and understanding to the trader, so that they can try to understand what these lines are when they're moving up and down, and why they're moving up and down, and some of the other concepts that we have as far as our trades are concerned. It's a very exciting platform that we both have to offer, and hopefully if you have any questions going forward, please feel free to ask the questions in the question box, and then make sure it goes down to staff so that we can all have a chance to see it and answer any questions that you might have. I do appreciate the questions, as it helps us make sure that we all know where we are as far as the webinar is concerned. So let me give it over to Gilbert, and he'll make a brief introduction, and then we'll go from there. Gilbert, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, go ahead, pick it up.
Okay, good. Yeah. Many thanks for introduction, Saul. I'm very happy to hold this webinar, this joint webinar together with you. Many thanks for the invitation. We do it together today on BIT TV. So we are in a partnership with Saul already since quite a long while. I already had the pleasure to visit Saul at the BIT last year, so it was very interesting for me to see what's going on there. Yeah, you hear in the background the noise. There is still traffic on the BIT. People are trading there in live. It's really extremely interesting to see what guys are doing there, how they are making their business. Great stuff. It was very exciting to me to meet you there, Saul. Good. Okay, so a short introduction of myself. I'm Gilbert Kreuzthaler. I'm the CEO of AgenaTrader.com and TradersYard.com. Basically, I have also quite some experience in the markets. Was a prop trader for a certain while, but also a very experienced IT development manager, requirements manager. I was working in the financial industry for more than 20 years before I started with the AgenaTrader project. So what I just did is I tried to combine my skills, trading and software development, project management together, and the result basically was AgenaTrader. At a certain point, I just would like to show you some of the key features of AgenaTrader first. I think we'll take about 20 minutes, then I will hand over to Kenneth. Kenneth is going to introduce TradersYard to you, our new project where we are trying to socialize traders worldwide to build a worldwide trader network. We have very exciting features here on board, but Kenneth will show you afterwards. And when Kenneth is ready, then we are handing over to Saul. That he's gonna show what he is doing, what his business is at the Sequad. Okay, good. I would say let's start with AgenaTrader. As you see already here, basically we have this is the platform. We have here what you can do in AgenaTrader is you can connect to different brokers and different data feeds at the same time. You can trade all your assets what you would like to trade. As you see here, for example, we have here a list of futures. Here we have a forex list. You always see here on the left side the scanner. You see here the column and you see here's different signals. So this means if you're in a 5 minutes column and you have signals on board, you have signals programmed maybe by your own, you will get the signals every 5 minutes. You will get new signals sent into this column. Here you see, for example, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. Of course, what you can do is you can easily change it and add a new column here. For example, to say I would like now to add, let's say, a 30-minute column. You just select it here. You say, okay, this is my column now for 30 minutes. I would like to move it up here to see it between 15 minutes and 1 hour. So that the sequence is correct. You say okay here, and the scanner is already loading now. The 5 minutes, the 50 minutes, the 30 minutes, and it's also starting to load now the signals for the 1 hour column. So that means basically that you can wait here in the scanner to get signals, whatever signals I just will tell you later on. But what is also very interesting in AgenaTrader is that you can load extremely many instruments at the same time. So as you see here from FXCM, we have loaded 56 instruments, from Rhythmic about 100. Here, this is the stock feed together with interactive brokers. We have here about 190. So currently there are about 300, about 350 instruments loaded in the AgenaTrader. We have users, we have traders. They are loading about 1,000, 1,500 symbols into the platform, and they are scanning them in real time all the time to find the best opportunities during the day in the different time frames. So it's an extremely powerful trading platform, and you can, what you also can do is, this is a multi-asset class, multi-brokerage platform. So you can, if you have your accounts at the brokers we are supporting, you can trade all the asset class out of one platform. Yes, so basically, as you see here, this is Forex. We have here the NASDAQ 100 stocks loaded. We have here a list of the first 100 instruments of the S&P 500, and so on. So what now it's going to be interesting. What are the signals? Because basically, let's get back to the futures list here. What you also can see is here basically on the chart, just to explain, you see here different time frames in the scanners, but you also see here different time frames in the charts. You see here 1 minute, you see here 50 minutes, you see 1 hour. It's always important to keep, when you are a chart-based trader, you keep the upper time frames in view to see what the market is doing in the higher time frames. It's very easy to change in another time frame. You see 4 hours, 1 day, 1 week. So it's very easy to do this with the slider or even with the mouse, that you just scale up and down here the different time frames. What you see here is basically a quick trader where you see the market depth here in the chart. But of course, you can also open here a trading bed. This is a trading bed, basically the tone where we have integrated basically the market, the price ladder, but also you see here on the side the time and sales list. So you have extremely good overview what is going on in the market, and these are integrated trading beds. When you click here on the button, you open a trading bed. If you click here, for example, on the queue, you can open and close the quick trader here in the chart. So where is the journey going with Agena? Why is AgenaTrader basically added value? Because there are some other platforms out there. What was the reason why to implement or to create Agena? For me, it was always important, or is important when I'm trading, that I do not need to take care about these routine steps, about risk and money management, or getting a signals, entering some orders into the market. This is going to be done here in AgenaTrader extremely fast. For example, you can do the following thing. Okay, we are in the 1 minute chart, and you see, for example, you get a signal in an instrument here in the 5 minutes. What you can do is, when you get the signal, you just drag and drop it over here, and you immediately get a order placed into the chart. Okay, so this means basically this is the entry order, this is the stop order, this is the target order. What you see here basically is the entry signal. You see here the stop. But this is not only a setup, this is a complete strategy. So basically, here you have different stop possibilities in this strategy, basically, and here you see a target. If you would like to get into the market, you just hit the button here. As soon as the market picks up this order, the stop order and the target order will be sent to the broker. I just showed something to you on a forex list, because here you see also what is very helpful in AgenaTrader. For example, you get here a short signal, okay, in the scanner in the 5 minutes. You would like to see how this short signal look like. You, at the moment, you get now this signal, basically what we got here, placed into the chart. Okay, so this means we got here a short signal because of this candle. What you also see here is basically that you see here two different targets. You see that the amount you could get out of this trade, you can make profit, but you also see your risk. And you see here the order size. So the system suggests you 160,000 of units of the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And for example, if you decide to move the entry further away, if you would like to get into the market here, automatically the order size is recalculated. So you don't have to take care about the risk and money management anymore. This is everything provided by the platform. So when you decide to get into these signals here, maybe you also would like to move the stop away to give the trade more space. You immediately see the order size is recalculated automatically. It also adjusted the target, the first and the second target, for example. So this is integrated risk and money management, and we call the whole system or style of trading semi-automatism. It's not a full automatism, it's a semi-automatism, because it takes you, it manages all your routine works like currency conversion and something like this. Because as you see here, the amounts, the risks are calculated in euro, but here we are trading the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So what the system does is also to automatically convert this into your target. Let's enter here the trade. Your target currency. So this is just something which is extremely helpful, and you can now here, when you get another signal, you just go to this signal here. You see, okay, you got a long signal for whatever reason. You can click here, basically, you get again a setup placed into the chart. If you decide, okay, when the market comes up here, you would like to trade as a reversal here, you hit the button. Then you have entered basically the order, have sent the order to the broker, because it has a, now green is a long order, red are the short orders, and if the market comes up here, the stop and the targets orders will be sent to the broker. If the market comes here up and picks and takes you the first target, then the order size is automatically reduced to the remaining order size to 11,000, for example, because the system also takes care about the order sizing and if the targets are taken out. If you are running into the stop, as soon as you have a position, then basically you are taken out and the whole setup is cancelled. So let's show it again here on this, how it works. See when you're getting in. Let's do it like this. Let's go market. Moment. Let's get into market. So okay, we are in the trade basically, and you have seen we went into the trade market here, and you see here the stop and the targets have been sent to the broker now. If the market comes up here, you will be taken out. Then you are running into the stop, and then the whole setup will be removed. Okay, so how you are coming to this to the signals? We know because I also know it based on my experience. If you would like to automate something, if you would like to create signals, you need to know a programming language. And this was one of the reasons why we developed basically a tool where you don't need to program anymore, where you can create your signals and your strategies just via drag and drop. This works in the following way. We have created a so-called condition escort that when you go here into the, we call this here basically the AT++ manager. AT++ means where you can set up your whole semi-automated trading. Basically, you see here condition escort. In the condition escort, you see here different signals, basically, which were already programmed. You see, for example, here turtle signals. Whoever is aware with turtle trading, so basically we have these turtle signals here also programmed just via drag and drop. And so how you can do this? Let's go back to this one. Here we have, for example, open, high, low, close. Here we have the data series in the condition escort. We have here a lot of indicators you can use for your programming. We have here scripted indicators, which are basically scripted via our API, via AgenaScript. We have here conditions and so on. So basically all these criteria you could use for your signal configuration or signal programming, basically. And if you say you would like to get this PPRSI long signal only if the ADX is greater than 40 or something like this, you just drag and drop it here. You select here greater, smaller, equal, and something like this. Everything what we you can select here. Then you can select a number. You can compare it. You can say, okay, if the ADX is greater than 30, for example, and so you have added another criteria to your already existing signal condition. Of course, this condition was maybe already programmed by you, or maybe it was imported by somebody else who has already created a condition in his system and just forwards it to you. So you also can work with AND or X, or you can set brackets here. So basically for the programmers, or if you know somehow you are aware about what the indicators are doing, if if you have an idea about your signal, what it should do, you have here the possibility to just drag and drop everything together, program your own signal, and then the signals you're programming here or drag and drop here, basically they are then going to be scanned in the different scanners here. Okay, so this is the first step. The second step is, because we see we have here a strategy running, which maybe takes us out quite soon out of the market here. But what we have was an entry signal, we have a stop here, and we have different targets. And of course, this was, when we go to another signal, like this here, you see here, this is a strategy, and of course you would like also to compose your strategy via drag and drop, because mainly it's necessary to know a programming language, but we have here basically the so-called setup escort for that. Here in the setup escort, you see all your signals you have on board. We have imported from wherever, and now here you can decide if you have programmed strategy. We just changed this PBRSI long here. You just click it here, and then you're taking this signal, and out of this signal now you can program or click and select the strategy. Here you see the different stops, methods, which are on board already here, the different target methods. Now you go to this signal here, and here now you see the different stop possibilities. The initial stop here, for example, you can select one of these initial stops here. Let's take a downtrend channel stop. Here, let's take our parabolic as a hard trail stop. Let's take a whatever 20 trail as a soft trail stop, and maybe you would like to see also 2 different targets for this strategy. And with these 5 mouse clicks, you have created a complete strategy. You have programmed a complete strategy. So you don't need to code any line of source code anymore. You can just do everything via drag and drop to program your strategies to get something like this into the chart whenever you get a signal here. And the next thing is, of course, you have seen that we have here a risk and money management. So these order sizes, of course, they need to be calculated from a certain basis. And this is something you can do here in the AT++ manager via the risk management. So here, basically, you have your different brokers with the different asset classes. Well, we are currently with FXCM here. We are trading the Forex. So we are selecting Forex, and you can see here for FXCM Forex, there are currently 0.5% of the account value is taken. So you can just select what you would like to risk, 0.2%, 1%, or whatever. And whenever you select it here, every trade which is done via FXM Forex will be automatically calculated through this risk definition. But you also could say, okay, you would like to risk 300 euros, $300, whatever. And as soon as you enter here this size, the amount, every trade will be calculated automatically next to this amount, either here the risk percentage or the fixed risk amount. So basically, when you have done it once, you never need to think about it anymore, because you have agreed that you would like to see a certain, you always would like to trade a certain risk. So whenever you are increasing your account or decreasing your account, it's always calculated based from the risk definition account size. So, okay, now we got new signal. Takes about, basically, most of the time it's very fast. So, click on it. Seems you currently have an issue with the end. It's okay. Now it's here basically. So you would like to trade this 5-minute signal, and as you have already seen, you can do it. You can just hit the button here, and this basically what this means. So you are sure that you're sticking to your risk. You see the targets. You always can interact, even if you're in a trade already. Even this went into a trade. You can just always also manage your stocks manually. Basically, they are traded automatically based on the definition. But if you would like to tighten the stop, you always have the possibility to interact with the strategy. So this is the big difference to full automatism, because here you have a system where you can decide by your own. If you would like to trade this, hit the button, it's then gonna be placed into the chart. And here you see it, and you can decide to get in, or you can manage it afterwards by your own. So okay, this is one of the major advantages of AgenaTrader. What this also helps is that you are able to really scan through many different instruments very fast. And what you can do is also you can decrease your risks per trade, and you can diversify. So you can manage 10, 20, 30 trades in parallel. You don't need to look just on 1, 2, 3 instruments anymore. This will be, that means that basically you can really decrease the risk. You can go into diversification. The single trade is not that important anymore because you have a wide range of universe of trades running, and so it changes just the style of trading. What we also have here on board is the so-called dynamic scanner, and the dynamic scanner is really an extremely cool feature because you might have different scanners, and of course you always would need, after 5 minutes, you always would need to look here, did I get new signals here and something like this, so you are always forced to do something. So the dynamic scanner just gets the signals out of these different scanners here, out of this about 350 instruments what we have currently running here. You get your signals, and you see here which are bold. Here the signals, you did not watch them so far. So as soon as you click on them, they are not bold anymore, and you can pick through them and can say, okay, there I got a signal now in 5 minutes. I would like to look at it. You click on it, you immediately get this setup placed into the chart, and you can say, okay, this makes sense, I would like to trade. You hit the button, and then you wait what the market is doing. If the market is picking you up here, if your trade is going in the right direction, or maybe the market just goes in this direction, you are not picked up, then the whole setup doesn't make sense and will be removed after a certain while from the chart. Okay, so this is basically the semi-automatism. What also is very interesting is here, for example, for scalpers which would like to get into the markets very fast, is here the quick trader. Let's go down to 1 minute, because you can also do the same out of the quick trader or of the tome. So if you have started the semi-automatism in Agena, you see here either the tome, and you would like to, you see here basically the strategy, and if you would like to go short here, you just hit the button, and immediately you see the setup is placed into the chart according to your definitions. So this is basically the so-called one-click trading also here, that you can see the let's go 5 minutes pace. Maybe you see the depth of market here, and if you would like to trade out of this chart here, you can just hit the button here. Let's get to another one. No, this is not good. ES maybe, okay. So you see the ES. If you would like to go long here, you enter the trade here, and immediately the setup will be placed into the chart. If you would like to go market into here into this, you have here the price ladder. You say, okay, I would like to buy market here. And immediately also you see that the setup is placed into the chart and it's risk and money managed. So you're always sure that you don't exceed your risk management. So everything is just really pre-calculated and you don't have to take care about this order sizing anymore. It always fits to your account. Okay, so flatten it. So now the whole setup is gone. We are out of the market again. Yes. What else would be interesting? I think I already through the most important parts of Agena. So basically, just to sum it up, you can create your own signals just via drag and drop. You can create your strategies via drag and drop here in the AT++ manager. Very easy to use these tools here to basically create your signals. Let's get back to this here. Drag and drop, create your own signals, go into the setup escort, set up your strategies here, clicking them, go to the configuration, set your initial hard trail, soft trail targets, methods basically. And one thing is also an advantage here, because you know when you have to program a strategy by your own via a scripting language, of course, as I've already mentioned, we have a scripting language on board, it's a Agena script. You always need to be aware that your stop logic is really that doing what you would like to see from the stop, or the targets are that doing what you would like to see from the target. Here you have ready to go components. This is a tool set, they are working. They are used already by hundreds and thousands and millions of times by our traders. So you know a Keltner channel stop is really doing what you expect from a Keltner channel stop. Then, if you have created your strategy, you go into risk management, you set up your risks here very easily, where you can say, okay, I would like to get a certain risk amount. And then you can start here trading out of the scanner just by one click, where you get your basically your trades, your setups placed in the charts, your strategies get placed in the chart. And as you see here, if you would like to tighten the stop, you can do it anytime. Now you have tightened the stop, and yes, there is no full automatism. This is semi-automatism. Yes, I think this is the main part. Kenneth, did I forget something?
No, I think you've actually covered everything.
Yes, yes. I mean, there is a lot of many other tools here in Agena. The time is just too short to go into every detail. It would lead too far to just really show everything in AgenaTrader, what the advantages are. This is Kenneth is just showing you now something more about TradersYard, about what we are doing with TradersYard, what the purpose of TradersYard is, and how you can use it either out of AgenaTrader, or if you don't have AgenaTrader, if you can take part on the whole system. So for the first moment, many thanks for the attention. I'm passing over to Kenneth now. Kenneth, can you take over, or do I have to?
I will actually make myself presenter. You should be able to see my screen now. Okay, if you can see my screen, just confirm, please.
Give it a second. Not yet. Somebody says they see it, but it's not coming across my screen.
Okay. Let me just take a look.
I also cannot see it. I just see the initial.
Okay, you should be able to see my screen.
No? Yes.
All right, now we got it.
Okay, so great. Thank you very much, Gilbert. Thanks, Sal, for the information and covering the initial part regarding AgenaTrader. What I would like to really focus on probably for the next five minutes or so is in terms of TradersYard. Now, TradersYard is what we call, to be honest, probably the most innovative, revolutionary platform in terms of socialized trading. So one thing I've realized myself, before back many years ago, I was a hedge fund trader. And prior to that, I was actually a prop trader. And way before that, I actually just used to trade alone. And what I actually realized that trading alone it's a lonely endeavor. It's extremely hard to be able to build a strong system if you cannot be able to communicate with people in different locations with different trading styles and so on and so forth. So what we've actually done is we realized that there was a massive gap in terms of what was required to be able to build a bridge and make sure that people can be able to communicate irrespective of your geographical location. So welcome to TradersYard. TradersYard effectively is the social trading network. So what we have here, this is the web-based function at the moment. We've just conducted a soft launch, which was 2 weeks ago at the Finance Magnet Summit. And now we'll be really pushing hard within the next 4 to 8 weeks and really bringing it to market. So what this enables you to do, if I just scroll down here, it's an opportunity where you can be able to discuss, communicate, share ideas with other people within our ecosystem. So I will just log in. It's a free to sign up. And what basically happens here is an opportunity whereby you can be able to communicate beyond just a standard text-based communication medium. So what happens is that as we've realized that the attention span of a human being is quite short, people want to ingest information and not just be specific to one type of communication. So what you clearly can see here is what we have is the forum, and a forum provides different topics based on areas. So moving from 2 languages that we have, and then if you scroll down, you can see condition escort, data feeds, brokers, information about AgenaTrader, and it really scrolls down to cover different topics regarding discretionary trading that will give you more information and valuable content, which would hopefully improve your trading. And that is the ultimate aim. What you can also do within this interesting platform is that you can actually not only invite people that that are traders or people who are interested within a financial community, but you can actually then start discussing and talking to people that you may not know who are communicating within our platform. So then with this scenario is that if you want to be able to, for example, focus on how you can, you're having issues in terms of your risk management, or the psychological impact of trading is really affecting you, you don't know what to do or how to improve. What we've actually done is created this phenomenal structure whereby our partners can be able to create groups. So you can be able to log in, for example, to a group. You can be able to find out information about the description of that particular group. So here you can see this is Autochartist. They're one of the world's most advanced tool for the automatic identification of chart patterns and Fibonacci patterns. So if this is an area of interest, you can be able to become a participant or member, and then you can be able to receive regular information that will come through. So this is in terms of content, as you can clearly see here. And then you can also see a screenshot. So just in terms of what we're looking at here with the euro, Australian dollar, take a look at the time frame, the trend change. So this gives you really a heads up regarding the volatility analysis about price action. If this is an area of interest, if not, There are other groups that you can be able to take a look at from software trading. So if you have initial idea or you have no idea about AgenaTrader, you can be able to find out more information in English or in German. We have quite an extensive online media tool purely from the basics, where we'll effectively take you through step by step to understand all the functionalities within AgenaTrader. Then what you also have, you have boot camps. So what's extremely interesting is that we've commenced boot camps whereby we focus on different traders who have different interests, or let's say specific priorities regarding their training. And what they do is they provide the content via boot camps. So if you have an interest in momentum trading, or if you have an interest in focusing on trading indexes or futures, or a relative of the asset class or the trading style, we can be able to provide you with that information. Then what's interesting, when you get to a stage where you have, or you're improving your training, there might be an area whereby you want to be able to become part of the leaderboard. And what this actually means with the leaderboard, you can actually show information about your trading. Yeah, so if you have the confidence, you have the courage, you can be able to show information about your trading, the charts that you're looking at, where you're looking to maybe enter a trade, or the targets and the stops, and why you feel that this is an area where you want to take advantage. Or if not, you want to just share an idea. You want to just talk about certain things that's happening in the markets that you really want to spread across the community. And then taking it an increase or a step further, you can be able to connect your account, which will basically show you their analytics. So it will show you the performance, whether you have a demo or you have a live account. You can give a breakdown of the cumulative performance per month, the instruments that you're trading as a breakdown percentage, the type, the time frames that you're looking at, the strategies. So what happens is you become more accountable for yourself as a trader. So you can clearly see what gives you an insight in terms of the trading returns with the wins or the losses. You understand more about the strategy that you're employing. So I believe I'm a big proponent of the visual aspect. And I like this because it's clear. It's just clarity. So you can identify errors in your trading a portfolio to see what's going wrong or what's not, or what's going well in your specific platform. Then we have a shop. So if you're interested in our shop in terms of you have a Andromeda version or a basic, and you're interested in any of our add-ons, we have that within our shop, which we can go into further.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please, fire away.
Since this is Saul, since I know what my problem is, how do I fix it?
Good. So what we basically do is, if you say, okay, Sal, we'll do this on a one-on-one, what is your problem? What areas do you feel that you're having? You're an experienced pit trader, yes? So I wouldn't say what is your problem, but what areas do you feel that you need to improve in your trading?
Oh, you could say what's our problem. That's fine.
Okay, let's go for it. What areas are you struggling with, Saul?
Let's say I have a problem with adding on to my loser.
Okay, so basically the trade's moving against you, you're in a loss, and now you start adding on lots, yes?
Correct.
Because you basically want to, if the market then moves in your favor, you can be able to get to break even at a quicker pace, if I'm right in saying, yes?
Right, okay, that makes sense.
So what's effectively happening is then you're adding to your specific trade, which means that if the market continues to move against you, then you're going to be in a bigger drawdown, yes? So what then happens is there's an element of risk, but then there's also this opportunity that you can get to reward, i.e. break even at a quicker pace. So what we'll do is if a specific user states that we have an issue in terms of adding to a losing trade, then this could be from a trading strategy perspective. This could be from a risk management area. So the aim is that if I was going through this specific pain point, I would like to identify any other traders within the community, i.e. a group that's focused on how to improve your risk management, number one. Number two, I'll look at professional traders or traders that have been in the market for a long time that have encountered these issues or let's just say errors that they want to be able to change and how they've actually done that. So we can identify and look for certain groups where this information's been communicated on, but then also taking a step forward, find an area whereby as a suggestion, we can be able to look at one of our partners, one of the group members, to create a webinar, which will give you a clearer breakdown on this is the area, this is what we feel, which is more subjective, on the areas that you need to do to improve and change how you trade. Does that make sense?
No, I got you. I just wondered where the next step would be once somebody identified a situation that they might have as a problem. Because I like the visual, like you said, and I was just wondering what the next step would be in case there was an issue that they were able to spot, and then what they would do at that point. So,
okay,
I just wanted to bring that question out. That's all.
No, good. So basically, it's also a question of would the person be willing to share this information on the platform? So not only do we have the open, let's say, ecosystem where you can communicate and share your issues or advantages that you're having in your system for people to then respond and give you feedback, but there's also a private communication tool. So you can be able to then look for traders who are professional or opinion leaders who are in the space to be able to ask them questions. One thing that I would say as a note, and you're asking me, so I have a good 15 years experience in the markets, and one thing I realize is that it's extremely important to be able to either write down in terms of a trading journal. And what I mean by that is to be able to note every single trade you enter, why you've entered the trade, in addition to your stops, your targets, the markets that you're trading. And what then happens is this trading journal can be able to give you an overview. So you can be able to look back and see these are the areas that you want to improve. Yes. And this can be something that you can actually add within TradersYard, and people can be able to give feedback, which would hopefully help you and then improve your trading.
Right, I got you. That's very good.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Right.
No problem. So basically moving forward.
Sorry that I interrupted.
No, it's fine. Yes, this is a two-way conversation, and this is
that's what I'm hoping it would get to.
Help. Yes.
That's what I was hoping it would get to.
Very much so. So basically what then happens, if you want to be able to move beyond just the text-based communication, we have events, and with the events, it provides an opportunity whereby there'll be a list of events in English and in German in terms of webinars. So we can see someone that we know very well here. So this gives a breakdown of event that's taken place, the description of the event, and if someone's interested, they can be able to click. So what then, moving forward, we also have TradersYard Plus. So in this scenario, what then happens is you can be able to then create a virtual room wherever you are, and then you can be able to share your screen, audio, visual, and then you can be able to communicate and discuss areas about your trading. Taking it a step further, you can also, using this functionality I've just clicked on here on the chart, you can be able to share, as you can see here, you can see Gilbert there, and then obviously see a screen share. So this is really taking what we feel technology to another level, where you're actually integrating the conferencing system within AgenaTrader. And this is actually pushing, let's just say, the envelope in regards to providing that unique value, which I found personally that a lot of people require. What you can also do, basically on the chart, you can be able to share your trading setups via the TradersYard. AgenaTrader Plus is a setup. Share your chart via a group that you may have set up, via Facebook, Twitter. So we're really trying to expand that notion where people can be able to give you some feedback, and they can be able to give you some answers to maybe any questions that you may have. I think that I've covered most of the areas. Do we have any questions? No. Is there anything else, any other questions or anything else that you require for me to cover here?
This is very fascinating. I think it's interesting how you have the interaction that you're trying to achieve here is fascinating. I think one of the things that made me get to the point where I opened up this trading room was the fact that I was trading upstairs in the office by myself, and I was getting a little bored up there, and I couldn't handle it. Thank goodness I had access to the floor where I could actually come down here and interact with other traders at the same time. I started the trading room here because I was able to talk to some of my folks on the floor as well who are trading in the pit at the time, because pit trading was still allowed, and we were able to communicate, and they liked the levels that we had, and we're able to share those ideas with them as we were trading. So they liked the levels that I had, and then we put our methodology that we put together through the years that I used trading, and it was just much easier for me to come to the floor and execute those instead of staying up in my office. So I appreciate the fact that you're trying to get people to interact. I appreciate the fact that you have a group of people, especially who are trading the same concepts or that you are, or the same contracts that you might be trading, to interact with you and share those ideas. I think it's very important that traders share ideas. I think it helps. I don't think there's plenty of money to be made out there, and we all can take a part of it. We don't have to have a secret trade that somebody has or somebody else doesn't have. I think we can all share those ideas, and we can all make money at the same time. So
how's that helped you yourself? Because obviously you've seen that transition, as you mentioned, from trading from home and then now trading in an environment, not only the pit, that's one aspect, but also having the opportunity for you to be able to communicate with other like-minded people. How's that actually helped in terms of your confidence, your trading, your strategy?
Well, the confidence, the confidence was gained because I've been here for a long time. So I don't think about the confidence. What I like is the fact that I'm able to, I've always been on the floor where you have an excitement to a trade of how a rally or some activity in the market happens that you don't get on the screen, because when you're watching something on the screen, you're just watching some numbers on a chart or on a platform, and you don't get that like feel for something might be happening, because there's an order coming into the pit, or some more orders are coming in. There's a energy increase that you don't receive, that you can't understand if you haven't traded in the pit. And so when I came here back on the floor, I felt that I needed to be able to feel that energy that I had, just because it'll keep me more in tune with what's happening in the market. Sometimes you have a tendency to, when the markets are not moving that much, or when they are kind of just sidewinding a little bit, to let your mind go, you get distracted somehow. And so this way I'm on the floor, and when some energy comes back on the floor, I know that something's up, and I'm more awake to the situation than I was, if I was up in my office and didn't even notice. So
yes.
Yeah, but I mean, the energy that you gain from the floor is something that you can't experience anywhere. Obviously, some people have been lucky enough, like I said, to be able to experience that, but a lot of people haven't, and especially the newer people who are trading, they get themselves in front of a screen with some beautiful charts. I mean, we didn't have charts when we were trading. We actually had to go outside of the pit to a machine that a big cloggy computer that spit out the chart on a piece of paper, and then we, for some of the chartists that we had, they would ink in the bars until they ran out of paper, and then they go get themselves a new chart. So yes. So that's how we did it in the old school. Now everybody has a computer in front of them, they got a chart in front of them. It makes it a little bit easier. But then, you know, I've had to adapt some of the concepts and ideas that I used in the pit to be able to use the charts that I have. And I'm grateful that I have charts now, because that's what I'm looking at for my plays and for my setups.
Okay, and the charts that you use for your plays, obviously you're using AgenaTrader, so you know there's some advantages there for the reason why you as a professional trader to be able to utilize these functionalities.
Absolutely. I think now more than any time in the past, traders have to use charts to be able to help them with their setups, because I think what everybody does now, the only visual that you have, or only information that's consistent with everybody, are the charts. I mean, unless you have inside information, to what's going to happen next, the only viable instrument you have is the charts to be able to help see where markets might stop and have a tendency to stop, and for you to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. We focus more on scalping the market versus taking market for big plays. Like I don't come and have a position trade on here every morning. I'm looking to try to scalp the market, given the price action that we look at, price action at the pit every day, and using some of the charts, the charts that the opportunities that the charts deliver us. So we put together a methodology that helps us use the charts as the market paint some bars as the opening starts, and then the price action given what's happening during that day to help us with our next opportunity. So it's worked good for me, because when I was in the pit, I was by nature a scalper versus a long-term trader, or even a position trader. There are a lot of different ways to make money in this business. You can be a position trader, you can be a scalper, you can get in the morning, get out in the afternoon, time issues. There's all types of different different ways of making money. You can be a spreader between markets. Tons of ways of making money in this business, but you have to find as an individual trader, you have to find the niche that fits you the best.
Yes.
That you understand, that you can handle as far as your trading risk management is concerned, because everybody has different risk tolerances, and given the fact that you are each person has different personalities and different ways of looking at the market, I think as a trader, you all have to find your own different little niche there to be able to help you trade and become successful.
Very much so. No, I really appreciate it. It's valuable words, and hopefully everyone can be able to learn, especially from yourself. So I just wanted to give you a quick note.
What did you trade when you were trading? What market did you
myself trade? was STIRS, so short-term interest rate futures. So Bond, Bobble, Schatz, German. So that was my main focus.
I was traded in the bond pit, 30-year bond pit for forever. And I loved the interest rate market, and unfortunately, since they started dipping their toe into quantitative easing, they've taken the luster out of the market as far as the trade is concerned.
Very much so. Yes, there's been a lot of changes that's happened, unfortunately.
Yes. So that's a shame. So that's why I'm sticking to mini S&Ps, and that's what we're trading mostly right now.
Okay. Great stuff. Basically, I just wanted to, just to finish off, this is the AgenaTrader shop. So if anyone's interested, we'll basically send a link out after this webinar. And we've also sent a link out via the chat box. So we're currently going through a winter sale at the moment. So it'll be a great opportunity if you want to take advantage in terms of purchasing AgenaTrader Andromeda version or the basic version, or any add-ons or add-ins that you may be interested in. We will be able to assist you throughout the process in terms of support, online development, offline development, anything that we can be able to assist you to get you up to speed. And that's the most important thing, especially as a trader when you're learning. So for my side, I'm done. If you have any questions, then do not hesitate to contact us. So just over to you, Sal.
Yeah, well, we are at pitiq.tv, and I thank AgenaTrader for an opportunity today with Ken and Gilbert here, and they have some fascinating stuff on their to offer to the traders. I think we're all trying to make this more trader friendly. I have a trading room that and you can join my trading room at pitiq.tv. I do my work from the floor of the exchange every day, and I'm right next to the S&P pit, which is still working, and they still have traders in there. But we trade the mini S&P, which is a little bit different, but still kind of mimics the bigger contract. I put together the trading room so that this interaction between traders is there, which is the same thing that what Ken is trying to do here. I think that it's important to have a communication, open line of communication with other good traders, so that you can get different ideas as the day goes on. And sometimes you need an idea simply to say that you shouldn't be trading that day because the market is not tradable. Yes. And sometimes you need to be able to get that from another trader who's saying, you know what, I'm going to take the rest of the afternoon off because this is not going anywhere. It's just not a good trade. Or even conversely, when the markets are really crazy, and maybe your risk tolerance is not there, that you need somebody to say, you know what, maybe I'll wait for another day because this is a little bit too risky for me, because you don't want to lose all your account in one day. These are all concepts and ideas that are out there that people don't understand. They don't realize that markets could be crazy, could be calming, could be understandable, but then they also have moments where they get crazy. You have no idea what's going on, and not only that, you could lose money and for the wrong reason. It's one thing if you put on a trade and you lose money because your setup didn't work. It's another reason to get put on a trade just because you see the markets are moving around and you feel like you have to participate. So money management is a big thing for some of the things that I talk about in the course material that I have, as well as obviously psychology is a big thing, since everybody can feed off of my 25 years plus of trading, and you can definitely pick my brain as far as some of the things you should and should not do. And I have done everything that you're not supposed to do. I have done. So I've got good experience in that area, and I can tell you what you shouldn't be doing. Because sometimes it's just you learn from your mistakes, and I've been lucky enough to be able to learn from my mistakes and still come back. Yes. You have the ability to learn from to ask me about the mistakes and not repeat them. So that's how I look. That's how I look at it. But anyway, we have I've got the trading floor to my room so that we can interact with good traders, and AgenaTrader is trying to mimic the same kind of opportunity here, because they realize that communication with other traders is very important. I love what you got here, Ken. It sounds very fascinating, and it's a great concept that you have going there.
Very much so. Well, thanks very much for your time, and if any other questions, then please feel free to contact us afterwards, and have a nice, nice rest of the trading day. Yes,
nice evening for you, and afternoon for me. So Gilbert, if you're there, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You guys are fantastic, and always love to work with you guys anytime and any opportunity I can. So thanks a lot. All right, Ken, take care. Thanks everybody for joining us, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon again.